We're almost there. Anyway, welcome everybody to episode 171 of the CosCast show.
Whoop, whoop.
We've been doing this forever. I am, as always, your main host, Anita, and with me I have my fellow co-hosts.
Sunniva, hey. Hi.
And Tonje, hello.
Hello, ladies. And also today we are joined by our very special guest at Carmellux.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. We're very happy to have you here today. And so the main theme of today's live stream is going to be art and art related to cosplay. So we're going to be talking a little bit about art stands, a little bit about art inspired by cosplay or cosplay inspired by art, etc. But before we get into our main theme of the evening, I just want to take us through our usual segments. So the first one, of course, is introducing ourselves. We are the CosCast. We are a live streamed cosplay talk show, and I'm getting feedback in my... does someone have a speakers on? Because then we'll get feedback. So hopefully it'll be... Yeah. Oh, no, it's okay. No, it's not. Eden, you might want to put some headset in or something. It might be feedback from your computer that's getting into the stream, potentially. So if you have like a little like earplugs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will get
Yeah.
right back.
Yeah. See you soon. Yeah. So while we wait for that, you can find us on social media at the CosCast on Instagram and Facebook. And we live stream every other Sunday, a live streamed talk show about cosplay and gaming and geek culture and things. And we also live stream games and do convention vlogs. And we have our own YouTube channel, which is at the CosCast show on YouTube. So, yeah. So we've nearly got some plugs going, so we'll be ready and good to go properly just in a second.
Oh.
Okay, let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good.
Awesome. All right. So, So we've introduced ourselves. Now, to our lovely guest, where can people find you online?
Well, I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook, so you can also find me at Carmellux. Yeah. So you also find me by the same name.
Yeah. So it's Carmellux.
Yep,
Yes.
that's right.
All right, good. And you're an artist.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is why we have you on tonight's show, since it's all about art and cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we start talking a little bit more about you and getting to know you and talking about the main subject, let's go into talking about cosplay progress. Have we been working on anything cosplay related during the past few weeks? Tonje is like, no. Hard pass.
No, but I did buy something that's kind of cosplay related. I did buy the Team Sahara Sarah socks that that some of her friends made, and there's a store at Redbubble where you can buy stuff. Maybe we can link it in the news.
Yes. Yeah, we can post a link to it. If you want to support Sarah, she is one of the Norwegian contestants for the Nordic Cosplay Championship this summer. And of course, we want to show our support and be behind Sahara Sarah 100%. So,
and also Karin Olava. Yeah,
course.
but
she doesn't have socks.
No, she doesn't have these socks. These are amazing. You can also get t-shirts, even a bedspread. I mean, wow.
Anything you want, really.
Yeah.
Let's see. Liana says that she's done a cost test of Luna from Fateful Fumble, which was super cute. Yes.
It was
very adorable. I started making a pattern and a mock-up for like a corset belt that I'm doing for a vampire character from the new Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 that will be released later this year. Which,
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about continuing, progress on that one. Hopefully I'll be able to finish before ToruCon at least. That's my big plan. One cosplay before ToruCon. I have to finish at least one. That's all the ambition I have room for right now. Do you cosplay, Carmellux, or?
Well, I used to cosplay back then when I was in high school, but not so much now. But I do cosplay if I have a character on my mind.
Nice.
Yeah.
What characters did you use to cosplay?
At ToriCon last year, I actually cosplayed Connie from Steven Universe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cute.
It was very nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Charlie's Dragon is in the chat and says hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Nice to see you all. And also thank you to our new followers, Julia and Ylva. Thank you for following our channel. We appreciate it. I'm guessing they might be friends of yours, potentially.
I don't know.
No, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Yeah. So the next segment up in the show is news. And one of the things we wanted to talk about is that Kawaii-Con has sold out their weekend passes and I think their Saturday tickets as well. So I think there are only tickets left for Sunday, if there are any left at all. I think
At least that was the update I read yesterday.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday's
today
status.
It might be too late, but you never know.
Who knows?
And we were one of the late ones. We were like, oh fuck, they're almost out of tickets. Maybe we should order some. So we will be attending Kawaii-Con on Sunday this year.
Yes.
Yeah. With and I think we're bringing our sailor squads.
We are.
Oh.
So that's gonna be fun. I'm not sure if I'm gonna drive in my Sailor Scout uniform though, because then my very, very short skirt will get very, very wrinkly. Can you imagine stopping for gas in a Sailor Scout uniform?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, just don't use your gloves when you fill up gas because you'll never get rid of that smell.
No, they'll stink of gasoline for the rest of the day. No, so well, there you go.
What is Big Shot Mac Fancy Pants?
It's basically just if you want to show that you've been watching us a lot and you have a lot of points to just throw out, you do the Big Shot Mac Fancy Pants because it doesn't do anything except tell everyone that you have a lot of points.
Okay.
So thank you, Rick, for doing that. We appreciate it.
And
of course, we should mention this episode is brought to you by Ronin Energy Drinks. We're sponsored, and we keep forgetting because that doesn't really happen to us. So, yay!
And yet it did.
And yet it
I have
did.
my collection.
Yes.
They're all empty.
Yeah, I have no left. I finished all of mine. This is just for show, so I can like say, look, I have the box. Look, we're sponsored. Hey.
I can drink.
I also can, but they're in the fridge.
No.
Yeah.
They're all gone. I wish I had more of the mojito flavored ones because they're so good. Like, honestly.
Very good.
And I wish I knew where I could buy more, but they're not in the stores yet as far as I know. So I'm going to have to send them an email and like, where can we buy your stuff?
We want more.
Yes, we want more. Send it. And Ryudai says, damn, you beat me to saving up for it, Rick. I'm at 930 points.
I'm at 1030.
Nearly there. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's the new point system on Twitch where you can accumulate points when you watch channels, and channels who have started using the system have like reward tiers that you can unlock by spending points on them. So one of our reward tiers is costume change. So if you spend a certain amount of points, we have to like put on a hat or a new top or ears or something just to change up our costume a little bit. And one of them is Big Shot McFancy Pants, which is just, you know, show them all your points. And there's also one that is Ask Us Anything, which is the cheapest one, but within reason. Nothing dirty or anything, you know. Keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah.
Ish. So now
we've had our fair share of weird questions.
Yes, we've had. Oh, Rick just used the costume change.
Oh, you got a lot of points. Wow.
Yeah, he's been watching Twitch a lot, it seems. All right.
I'm doing the same thing as I'm doing every time.
There we go.
You won't see mine too well, though. It's
too high up.
It's antlers.
Yeah. Well, you're wearing them. It's fine. So yeah. Now you know. But yeah, KawaiiCon, we're going, and we hope to see you guys there. Are you going there, Carmellux?
Of course, I'll be there with my art stand.
Awesome.
So it's going to be my first time for having an art stand at KawaiiCon.
Ah, nice. Ooh, it's a really nice convention.
Yeah, I heard.
Have you ever been to KawaiiCon before?
Yeah, actually, I was there many years ago when they first started, where they had the convention in a small place. It was very nice and fun, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ryodai says that we look adorable, and Charlie's Dragon says cool antlers.
Yeah, I bought them for making Keely cosplay, but it's yeah.
Yeah, you never got around to it.
No.
No. All right. The next piece of news is that Nordicon, the new convention that is going to be held from the 19th of June, has announced that they have a venue booked for the convention, which is Oslofjorden Convention Center, I believe. There has been some controversy about it in the cosplayer forums on Facebook. Apparently, it's owned by religious, right-wing people who are not very fond of LGBTQ communities and stuff like that. So a lot of people are kind of like iffy about the venue. Me personally, I had no idea that this was a thing. So
I haven't heard of it before now.
So yeah, no, I've been watching the Cosplay in Norge Facebook group, so I've been checking up with that, and so it seems they've been having some controversy and some discussions about that whole debacle. So if you're interested in learning more, just visit the Facebook group and you'll probably find information there. But Nordicon has assured people that they would never, of course, host a convention at a place where people from the community weren't welcome, and that they take it very seriously, and that they will do their best to make sure that nothing negative will happen to convention guests. So
that's good.
Yeah, I believe them. I believe that they have the best of the community in mind.
Oh yes, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And also, lastly, Birds of Prey is in cinemas, and a lot of cosplayers have been hired to attend the movie premieres, which is really cool. I think Tenku Cosplay and Tina-chan have all been hired, and one more that I cannot remember right now.
Karyu.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that on Instagram.
Yeah, and because we're lucky, we have some Birds of Prey merch that we are going to give away in an Instagram contest this week. So I have this little Birds of Prey iridescent bag and a roller skater girl keychain and Harley Quinn hairbands.
Ooh.
And also a Birds of Prey pocket mirror in a cute little box. It's official merchandise. So we're going to be giving that away to a lucky winner on Instagram. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll host the giveaway sometime during the coming week. So now you know. Let's see. Ryudai says that I really hope we can have a stand close to each other. I feel super nervous for KawaiiCon, first time going there. So I'm guessing that's for you, Carmellux, that she wants to have a stand next to you.
That's really nice.
Yeah. That would be cute.
I would love to have stand next to you too as well.
Okay, let's see. I think that was it for cosplay news this week. So I guess we're just gonna jump straight into the main theme of the evening. Carmellux, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is you do?
Well, what do you want to know?
How long have you been doing art, and what kind of art is it that you enjoy to do the most, for example?
Well, I have been doing art as long as I can remember. I started just in kindergarten, where I just drew a lot of cute arts, and I like to draw girls.
Me too.
Yeah, so I kind of started right there. And then I started to draw Nintendo characters when I was little, because I used to play Super Mario and Legend of Zelda when I was little. But the one who got me starting to draw, it was when manga came out in Norway. Especially they started to sell Kamikaze Kaito-jan, where I traced every pretty picture in the book.
That sounds. I think Liana also loves Kamikaze Kaito-jan. I think she's cosplayed Jan once.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Let's see. I figured I would try to show the people your Instagram feed. So I'm just gonna scroll through it a little bit and let people have a look at the kind of art that you do. I can see that you've drawn Kaida from our Fateful Fumble podcast.
I done that.
So cute.
Thank you.
And also the Unagi-con mermaid.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I first saw the mascot for the first time, I knew I had to draw it because I like to draw things.
Yeah. It's very cute. Very pastel-y.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. Now you've seen a little bit of Carmellux's art on Instagram. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. Where were we? There we go. Yeah, so you like to draw girls. I like to draw girls too. I know Tonje likes to draw girls, but Tonje also likes to draw boys and girls.
Yeah, I like to draw boys who are very androgynous.
Yeah. So who are your favorite artists?
I have a lot of favorite artists, actually. A lot of them is on Instagram. Some of them are manga artists, like Horikoshi, the guy who draws My Hero Academia. And I'm also very inspired by the art style of webtoons. Have you heard about Let's Play?
No.
No. No, it's actually a really good webtoon about a love story between a YouTuber and a gamer developer.
Let's see.
It's very interesting.
I will Google it and see if I can find something on it. Just let's see. Let's Play webtoon. Oh, there's a lot of episodes, that's for sure. There's like 100 episodes of it. So if you're looking for something to binge, I think you found it.
Yeah, it's really good. I could recommend it.
Well, we live and we learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Any other artists that you are inspired by or you have favorites of?
Not that I can think of right now.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I get inspired by a lot of people, so
I get that. It's hard to remember all of them, especially when you're put on the spot, like live on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you mentioned that this will be your first time having an art stand at Kawaii Con, and last year was the first time you had an art stand. So you're fairly fresh to the community. So, what is it like being a young artist in the art community?
Well, I've been to a lot of conventions before, so I've seen a lot of art stands from the outside, but having an art stand, but becoming a part of the art community is really nice, actually. So it's nice to see artists that are going to sell the drawings, that get the opportunity to show them off at conventions. So it's really fun.
It sounds like you have done, like you've gotten all the proper ground research done before having your own art stands, because you've seen them from the other side.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I mean, the thing with communities is that it can be scary to enter a new community if you're not familiar with it. But when you're in the cosplay community already, I feel like those two communities kind of overlap at some points, and so it might be easier to move in both or transition from one to the other.
Yeah, that's right. Especially if you have some interests in common, like anime, for example. Yeah, that's how I slid into the cosplay community. Yeah.
It's like Sunniva once said that it's like coming home. She's never felt so strange and so normal all at once. And it feels kind of the same for me too.
Yeah, same with me as well.
Let's see. Tonje, maybe you want to take over the rest of the interview?
Of course. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about art stands.
Yeah.
What is important to think about when having an art stand?
Well, I can give you starters. The first thing is that you need to think about the convention you're going to have an art stand. Where is it, and what kind of audience will they like interested in your art? Because I kind of had an experience from a convention that was kind of different from what I expected. It started when I was attending a workshop in Finland where we learned how to make comics. And then we were going to sell our comics at the comic festival in Finland. And then it was actually kind of my first time selling my own art. So, and I drew a manga, but the people who were there weren't actually interested in manga.
Aw, that sucks.
So they were kind of like people who were into metal.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's the wrong crowd. Yeah, not.
Yeah, that's right. So
I mean, you can like both.
Yeah,
that's true.
But in general,
I found out that
I don't find
the
overlap.
people who were into manga, they were in another room of where we were.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, so I met a lot of manga fans later that day.
Did you get to sell any of your art?
Actually, I got to sell my comic book to Gyldendal, the publisher in Norway.
That's
really nice.
So it was my lucky day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, what is it like sitting at an art stand at a convention?
It can be pretty boring sometimes, but if you get commissions, it won't be that boring much longer. So if you have something to do, that's kind of interesting by having an art stand, and you also get the opportunity to talk to people who visit your stands. That's the best part, because I love talking to people who comes by my stands, where we can talk about drawing and anime and other things.
Cool. But your manga, has it been published yet, or is it like a work in progress, or?
It actually haven't been published yet because the one I made in Finland, it's kind of self-published. Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can people find it online and buy it somewhere?
I haven't uploaded it on the internet yet, but I will have a giveaway at KawaiiCon where you can win my manga.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So everyone going to KawaiiCon, check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drop by Carmellux's art stand and participate in the giveaway.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's very cool indeed. I will definitely check it out. So, how do you choose what items to sell and how to price them?
Well, that's the most difficult part, to be honest. Well, I actually have friends who had art stands before me, and I also got some helpful advice on them about what should I sell on my first convention. So I got recommended based on my drawing skills, and I got the suggestions of making stickers.
Yeah. Stickers is good.
So I made some stickers from My Hero Academia and Into the Spider-Verse, which I was selling at CosCon last year. It was actually my first event.
Ooh, nice.
So it was really fun to see the response on those stickers.
And did it go as you hoped? Did they sell well, or?
Well, there were a lot of fangirls by my stand. So characters like Bakugo and Todoroki, they sold a lot.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just going to check the chat before we move on. Skellior says, commissions are always super fun at conventions, and my impression is that the art stand community is just insanely nice, here in Norway at least. And Ryurai says, it's also fun to talk to those who are sitting next to you, and the people stopping by are usually really nice to talk to as well. And Skellior replies, yes, the behind the stand fam is a solid highlight. And Isawick says, I've always wanted to have a stand, but I've never had the guts. Haha. Well, maybe this year is the year that you have the guts and that you do it. We believe in you.
Yeah,
you can do
that's
it.
Right.
And Skellier also says, I started at 15 with literally just a table and sketchbooks. Just go for it. Most conventions are very accommodating, and your fellow stand buddies are usually really helpful. Find you a senpai and jump right in. That's some good advice. Find a senpai.
Yeah, that's a great advice because I experienced that at Kazukikon. Rirari was the one of the first people who actually took me in.
Aww,
I was really nervous that day. Yeah, it was really nice. So my stand neighbors have been really nice to me and even helpful. Even when I was going to the toilet, they helped me a lot by watching over my stand.
That's nice.
That's really nice. Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah, it is.
We've had a few stands in the past, but very rarely art stands or like merch stands. We're usually like the information stand or something like that, or we do RPG stuff. So we have a little bit of a different experience with being at a stand at conventions.
Oh, okay.
So, but we might get into like actually art standing a little bit more.
Yeah, and Riora Art says that Constellation just opened for art stand submission. Super nice contest start.
Yes, because they're free, I believe. You don't have to pay for your art stand space at Constellation, or at least it used to be that way when they were called Unicon Expo. So I'm not sure if they're still doing the same thing, but check it out.
Yeah.
These are heavy.
The answers.
Yeah.
You can take them off if they're really heavy.
I'll survive for a little while. So yeah, the next question is art in relation to cosplay, and here we talk a little bit about cosplays based off works of art made in order for cosplay portraits, and stuff like that.
So yeah, this is not just specific to Carmellux, but just in general, in relation to like art and cosplay and how the two are kind of like married together in a lot of ways. Like, because like you see Hannah Alexander, for example, she's a very famous artist on Instagram, and she does these beautiful Art Nouveau inspired like gown versions of characters that a lot of people from like Yaya Han to Ginny D have been cosplaying, and they're always gorgeous. So a lot of cosplay over the past years has been inspired by like Instagram or Twitter art, which I think is really cool. And so I see a lot of other cosplayers who are also artists who design cosplay costume designs or OC designs and post them, and then people can adopt them or cosplay them for a fee or for free. Like Sunset Dragon or Desi Dazu also does the same thing. So I figured I would screen share just Sunset Dragon. She does really cute character art. So for those of you who are watching the stream, you get to see it now. So she does very cutesy, kind of anime style, very detailed, very colorful cosplay designs, which she allows for other people to cosplay, or she cosplays them herself. So her feed is very cosplay and art heavy, and all of her stuff is very costume related, and it's just very, very pretty.
Very nice. Indeed.
Yes. I figured I would also show people Hannah Alexander's work, just in case they haven't seen it, although I think most people have. So these are Hannah's creations. As people can see, they're very colorful, very like gradient based, very detailed, elaborate designs. And one of her latest ones is like Jester from Critical Role, which is super cute. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we are. There, like I don't know how she does this so fast, because she is so fast. Like, there are so many details, and she just keeps pumping these out. I don't know how she does it.
Guess she does it for a living.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, it sure seemed like it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she has a lot of Patreon supporters, so I think she does this full time, and probably does illustration commissions for publishers or something in addition to this, I would assume. Yeah, so I just think it's really cool that art and cosplay are so, connected, and that there are so many cosplayers out there who design their own costumes or who are inspired by art made by others in the art community.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I actually, when I create my own OC characters, I sketch out, different designs for my costumes and stuff like that. And I've actually kinda inspired a cosplayer with some things. Like Rira Art, she has a character in Fateful Fumble, Kaida, and she already drew her character. So I basically also drew her character, but I did some minor changes because I could. And she actually adopted that into her cosplay.
Super cute. It's the galaxy skirt thing.
Yeah, it's the galaxy skirt, and she has a blue skirt instead of brown.
Very, very cute. Skellior says that Heresetai did an insanely good Mercy based off of Hannah Alexander's designs. That is very true. It was really nice.
That's cool. That's really nice.
And Charlie's Dragon says that Mama Samu on Instagram and here on Twitch is making an insane Queen of Hearts gown based on a piece of art. Very interesting. We'll have to check that out.
That's interesting.
And
I think there's also a lot of people who's been competing in cosplay competitions with costumes based on art.
Yeah, for for example, Sakisu, you know, the
Yes.
merry-go-round and the tea party, very elaborate, yeah.
So there's a lot of correlation between art and cosplay, especially when you think about, you know, manga. That is art.
That's right.
Absolutely. Skelior
Yeah.
did an Art Nouveau style art joke. I love the Art Nouveau style. I like it very much.
Lol.
I love it. But I'm a nerd, so...
Yeah.
But yeah. Alphonse Mucha, or Mucha, depending on where you live and how you spell it, is one of the most... Well, he's basically the father of Art Nouveau as we know it. So he's the OG Art Nouveau artist. And if you like Hannah Alexander's work, you should check out him too. Because
Yeah, she's so talented. I really love her designs.
Yeah. Gorgeous. And Charlie's Dragon says, and people making art based on people's cosplays. It goes both ways, which is awesome. Yes, I think that's pretty cool too. Because some artists do get inspired by photographs or insanely well done costumes and make portraits or stuff for inspired by cosplayers, or they do it on commission. I have heard of cosplayers commissioning custom art of themselves in a cosplay. Like, I want a costume portrait of myself as a chibi character, for example.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So there are a lot of ways in which these two art forms intersect. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
I know that.
Oh, yeah, in my second year of high school, I actually attended a study called Designotekstil in Norwegian, where I actually had to design my outfits, and then I had to learn how to make them. So I actually got inspired by the theme of chess once, where I made a black and white dress, and I wore it at the SUCOM. So it got a lot of good responses. So
nice.
And I got to use my art skills as well.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Let's see. Charlie's Dragon says both fan art and cosplay are interpretations of a character, so no wonder there's overlap, which is very true. And in this day and age of the internet, people love to appropriate characters and make them their own in one way or another through fan fiction or fan art or cosplay or what have you. So I think it's really cool. Let's see. Rick Makes Stuff says fan art makes some great variations of costumes too. Yeah,
they do.
Sunniva, go ahead.
There's one example that I just want to bring up. It's a drawer called Zach Fisher Art on Instagram.
Oh,
he designs a lot of the costumes that Jessica Negri wears or makes, like the dragons that she's made from World of Warcraft, for instance, are inspired by him making them into gajinkas, basically, or, you know. And he has a lot of art like that. Like, he makes designs and then Jessica Negri, or for Jessica Negri, and then she makes it into cosplay after.
I have a picture that I can share on our screen from Instagram. Let's see. There we go. This is Jessica Negri with Zach Fisher art in one of the Alexstrasza designs that he made for her. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He draws a lot of cool things on commission for both Jessica Negri and other cosplayers. He has a very detailed, very World of Warcraft-esque aesthetic.
Yeah.
So definitely check that guy out. It's at Zach Fisher Art. Zach with a Z-A-C-H.
Yes.
Yeah. Just so you know. So that's really cool too. Let's see. Ryudai Art says, a dream of mine is to make a drawing that someone would want to cosplay. I have one friend who said she would cosplay one I made, and if she does it, it truly will be a dream come true. And Skelior says, mood, Ryu. Yeah, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that's true. I can relate to that, especially when I make characters for my comic. I usually dream about people cosplaying them, and that would be so cool to see
Yeah.
that.
I had
That's
I
kind of
had
an
I
artist
had
dream.
someone approach me about I made like a Gajinka of Sobble, one of the new Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I had someone like, "Oh my god, it's so cute. Is it okay if I cosplay this character?" Like, "Yeah, of course." But I'm not going to celebrate or be like, "Yeah, someone's cosplaying my character" before I see the pictures, you know.
Yeah.
But it's fun when someone appreciates your work to that extent. Really is. But yeah, to see someone wearing a costume that I designed would be, yes,
Yeah.
top shelf, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Did we do the number 4?
No, we have not gotten into number 4 yet.
Yeah, number 4 is how do we use art in our cosplay design process? We have mentioned a little bit about it. Or I have.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, when it's about cosplay and design process, for me, it's a lot about. I usually sketch out a costume before I start making it, just because just looking at a picture of a costume isn't enough for me to like fully realize how it's put together. So I usually have to like sketch it from different angles just to think like, okay, how does this make sense? How would the back look on this? How do I have to like create this pattern to make it fit my body? Or like, does this design even work on a logical level? Like something as simple as a belt can sometimes be like, this doesn't make any sense. If this was made like as a proper garment, the way it looks in the game design, it would fall apart, you know? Because sometimes game designs don't make sense.
Not just game designs, but that's with drawings in general.
Yeah.
Like, where are the zippers?
Where are the pockets?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it to me, I love being able to just sketch out before I start making something.
Yeah, I do kind of the same thing as well. At least I try to sketch out an idea. It rarely ends up the same way. If you take this costume that's behind me, and it's a bit dark, but
Yeah.
it's a tunic and a pleather chest piece, and this is kind of the concept that I drew for it. It's nothing the same, but it's similar, kind of, and just drawing different things like that, like patterns and pieces you want to make. It's usually what I do, at least.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Thank you.
When if I were going to make costumes, I actually like to gather inspiration first, just like how I gather inspiration when I'm going to make some artwork. Like you can make a mood board by collecting pictures from Pinterest. That will be a good inspirational source for your designs.
I usually make Pinterest boards as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, I start a Pinterest board and then it just goes forever, and then I don't use it for anything after.
It's just
I have so many useless boards. But yeah, my brain is chaotic. I can't draw for that's no.
Oh.
I sometimes try, but it's like for the way you use it, Anita, when you like make your design for it to make sense. If I try to draw it, it most definitely won't make any sense. That's how I'm feeling about it. But I really wish that I could, because I see that it's a very, very handy tool in costume design.
But it's like our brains are wired a little bit differently, so that's just, what works for one person won't work for another person. Like, I've always been super visual, so it helps to have something to look at and something like physical to work with, and yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We all think differently.
We do.
Hot wired. Like some people can't make patterns flat on the floor. They need to drape it on like a mannequin or on themselves to make it work out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie's Dragons say that when looking for references, looking at fan art can also be helpful before or when sketching out the design.
True.
To see different angles and maybe find solution when something wouldn't work in real life. Then Skellior says, yes, looking at different interpretations of the same design is super helpful. It gives you more angles and really aids the planning process.
Yeah.
And Riorai basically agrees, saying that sometimes fan art is the only way to figure details out.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh. I didn't know that.
So closely connected.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
No. Beyond that, I like to check out like official like character art and also do like screen grabs if it's from a movie or a game, just so I can look at like fabrics and see what kind of like how it behaves, and then try to draw that or visualize that in like a design. But we can talk a little bit more about that later, I suppose. But yeah.
Yes. All right. So
I like Rick's comment. Yes, I agree to this. It's not if it's my fan art. Stick figures for the win. Hell yeah! Yes.
Rick and Sunniva are team stick figures.
Yes.
By the way, Rick drew like a fan art piece of Kay, my vampire character, running down the street with a blanket. It was just a stick figure, but I loved it because it was like, yes, that is exactly what she did in the podcast. Absolutely. So, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Definitely. Yeah, you already talked about number 5, the cosplayer's artists create cosplay designs.
Yeah.
And the last one is how to design a costume for a character. What do you think about? Sunniva mentioned like zippers.
Yeah.
Where do they go?
How does this skirt keep itself down, but it's still so poofy?
Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah.
That's the only solution. That's the only way. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but that's a really important thing, like, because costume design isn't just costume design. Like, when I sit down to draw a character, like, in the past, I would just draw stuff and like, yeah, because that shit looks cool. But now that I'm an old lady that hurts everywhere, it's like, I would never draw a character wearing that because that would be uncomfortable after 10 minutes. Oof, that looks like that would chafe. So I have sometimes I have to make myself stop thinking practically and being sensible, because it's keeping me from being creative and like making cool designs, because like, oh, that looks so uncomfortable. No, I can't put her in that. Because I feel sorry for my characters.
Yeah. I really like to just try to design costumes, trying to envision how things would fit together, how they would be put on. Do you do it yourself? Do you need help to do it? And stuff like that. And for costume design wise, I think it's really helped me draw different costume designs, even though I never gonna make them. But I mean, it's in my head thinking about how to put it on, how to take it off.
Yeah. And I think that's something you think about when you're a cosplayer. But if you're an artist who's never really put on a costume like that before, you don't really think about it. You don't know. So a lot of people, I think that's why a lot of like game designs or character designs don't make any sense, because people really haven't thought about how the fuck are you going to get this on and off again.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because we're not Sims.
No, we're not. We can't just jump in and out like Superman.
And we don't have floating swords that just magically attaches on the back.
Yeah.
We don't have,
Yes.
So what do you think about, Carmellux, when you create like a character design or a costume for a character?
Well, I like to think very simple. because I like to design very simplistic designs. But I also want to make something iconical and something very unique that makes people recognize my character right away. And I like to think about color use as well.
Yes, colors are important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Isawick says in the chat, I find it so mind-blowing how cosplayers make some costumes work in real life. Like the in-game outfit is totally bonkers and just wouldn't function at all in real life. Mad skills, lol. Yeah, there are some people out there who know how to cheat gravity. I don't know how to do that yet, but some people do. And Charlie's Dragon says, and secondary, if you're bringing it to a con, make sure you can fit it in a suitcase. Yes. Hard yes. Big mood.
Yeah.
Because make ways to disassemble staffs or other big props. And running in high heels is not easy. Looking at you, superhero creators. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Or Jurassic World, for that matter. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, or Immortal Instruments. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Or oh shit, I forgot the name of the movie I was gonna say. Oh my god, Transformers.
Right, yeah, that one. Yeah, it's just
because there's a scene. It's not with Megan Fox. It's the other girl. When she jumps out of a window, she walks around in high heels. But when she jumps out of the window, they're flats. How do you explain that?
Magic shoes.
Transformer shoes.
Yes.
There you go.
But are they Decepticons or are they Autobots?
Ooh.
We don't know. All right. So Rick Make Stuff says, this is reminding me about Kamui Cosplay's Monster Hunter costumes. I swear there's some IRL magic involved with those. Yeah, for sure. They're crazy. How even? I don't understand how she does it.
Nope.
Isawick says, ooh, magic.
Yeah. I mean, she's trying to show us, but still, it's magic.
Yeah, it just is. No, I just don't get how she does it. But I wish I was that talented. But no.
Not yet.
Not yet, at least. No. Charlie's Dragon says, obviously Decepticons. That's some deception going on. True, very true.
Yep.
So before we round off this main theme of the episode, Carmellux, do you have anything else you would like to talk about or discuss before we move into our geekery section?
Well, not in particular, but I like to promote one of the Facebook group I'm organizing right now. Norske serieskapere.
Ooh, nice.
For those who wants to make a comic and wants to share their art. It's a very good group where I regularly post events for comics and maybe cosplay. And where people can send in their comic die, of course, if they want to be a comic artist.
Cool. So yeah, people should check out Norske serieskapere on Facebook if you're a Norwegian comic or manga artist and you're looking for community.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. What I've learned today is that it sounds really nice to have an art stand at a convention here.
It
It
really
sounds like
nice.
you have a really, really, really good community, and that's
It is, yeah.
very nice to hear.
So basically, if anyone has ever thought about having an art stand but they're scared, just do it. Because people are nice and they will help you. And if you don't have any friends, there are Facebook groups out there that will get you started. Or, as they said in the chat, find yourself a senpai.
Yeah.
Talk to the Yurai or Carmellux or someone.
Yeah.
But we have forgotten the most important question.
Oh, yes. The last question. It's important.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
and this
do
is
you
for you.
wanna ask it?
Yeah. I want to do the honors.
Yeah.
So, this is very, very important. If you were a fruit or a vegetable, which one would you be and why?
I will be an apple because my real name is Eden and it's kind of originally from Eden's Garden where the apple plays an important part. So, and it's also my favorite fruit as well.
Symbolic.
Yeah, very.
I love
So
apples too.
So you represent like human intelligence.
Probably, I don't know.
Just say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Totally. Let's see. Cosplay Studio says, "Do it. Stands are amazing." And,
Yeah, you should.
And Isawik says, "Imagine having cool-looking spiky shoulder pads and then getting knocked over and hitting them."
What?
I don't know what that is in relation to, but that's what was said. And Ryurai says, "It's the question I warned you about."
Oh.
A lot of
Really?
people struggle with this question. They're like, "Oh gosh, this is so existential. What fruit am I?" It's really funny.
Yeah.
But apples is a good answer. It's a very universal fruit too. You can use it in like food, like dinners and baked goods, or just
Dinners,
eat as
actually.
Salads.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, people
Taco.
Yeah.
Apple in taco.
Yes.
You just
That's
made
kind of hard
that
to
up.
imagine.
I use kiwis in tacos, so
Wow.
She just made that up.
Wow.
No, I have used apples many times in taco because they're fresh and sour and nice. They have to be green though. No others.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I'm only used to vegetables.
yeah, well, maybe next time you'll try apple or kiwi in your taco, and then let us know how you feel about it.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see about that. Maybe
Yeah.
we should have a fruit taco.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So there are many ways to eat an apple, basically.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so let's move on over to the last segment of tonight's episode, which is geekery. Have we watched, read, listened to, or played anything during the past few weeks that we would like to recommend to our viewers, or that our viewers would like to recommend to us?
I have been watching Haikyuu season 3. It's been a long coming, waiting for a long time to see that, and well, a bit anticlimactic at first, but I hope it will pick itself up. And yeah, and I bought myself a new book. I haven't read much of it yet, so I can't recommend it yet, but I would like to just mention it. The Discovery of Witches. So I will read it and let you know in the future what I think of it.
Nice.
Good.
Yes.
Let's see. I watched the reveal of the new drag queens for the next season of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I am so excited.
Yes. They did a very new way of the reveal. They've never done it that way before, so it was very cool.
Nice. I actually saw a documentary of Gal, I think. Yeah, on Facebook, where they posted his background story and about how he became the person he is.
Cool.
It's really interesting.
Absolutely. Beyond that, I watched the entire new season of Sabrina, which was bonkers.
Yeah.
Completely bonkers.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers, but it was crazy. It was completely crazy. And Aunt Zelda is still my favorite character.
Really?
Basically.
So, are you Team Harvey or Team Nick?
None of them. I think they're both pussies. I don't like either of them.
Why?
Yeah.
That's your Zelda showing.
Yes, that's my Zelda showing.
I really love Hilda. I think Hilda is one of my favorite characters. She's so freaking funny, but Zelda is cool too.
Yeah, you're my Hilda and I'm your Zelda.
Oh, that's so cute.
I have been. I'm still playing a lot of Age of Empires. It's a really old game that I used to play when I was like 10 years old. It's one of the first games that I ever started playing when I first started playing computer games. Because my dad used to have it when I visited him, and they just came out with one of the old games just revised or whatever it's called. So I've been playing that a lot. lately. I'm not good at it. At this point, it's just about getting the most points, not necessarily working with your team or anything. No. It's not. You just want to steal everything from everyone else so you get the most freaking points. That's it.
Charlie's Dragon says Age of Empire hype.
Yes.
Yeah. And Ryudai says Fateful Fumbo as always. So thank you for that. Yeah, we had our first episode of the season on Friday this week, and the episode is now on YouTube. If you didn't get to see the live stream, it's up and available. It was great. It was so much fun. It was a good start to the new season.
It was. It was good.
Ryudai has been waiting like 1.5 years for this episode, basically. So we hope she was happy. Pleased with it. No spoilers. No. Ryudai has also been playing Minecraft thanks to Tonje and reading a manga called Phoenix Goes Against the Worlds. Isawick says, I have a favorite comic or graphic novel for you all, Pride of Baghdad. What is it about beyond Baghdad? But graphic novels are fun. I like them. And Rick says, I think I've only been comfort watching anime this week. AKB and Bang Dream. Ah, we love AKB. AKB for the win.
Oh, yeah. That's the anime with those idols, right?
Yes, the space idols.
Space idols.
I haven't seen that.
It's so funny.
They host guerrilla concerts and fights off the...
Yeah. Because entertainment has been banned in the universe, and these girls travel around holding concerts and entertaining fans who don't get to see, their favorite idols or anything in concert. And then when they get attacked by local governments, their microphones become lightsabers, and they fight against them while they do the concert. It's bonkers.
Wow,
it's so funny.
Wow.
So if you like AKB, you would love Beat Saber.
Yeah. I should check that out.
Yes, you need to see it. It's crazy. Let's see. Rick Makes Stuff is also playing Minecraft. Ryudai says, Rick, I adore you more and more. AKB and Bang Dream are amazing. Charlie's Dragon says, Team Aunt Zelda. And Isawick says, Hilda is gold.
Yeah.
Not the boys.
Yes. And Isawick says that the Pride of Baghdad is about a pride of lions escaping from the zoo during the war. Aww.
Oh,
that sounds great.
And sad. It sounds sad.
And Charlie's Dragon would find that interesting because she is a cat lady and animal nerd. That's nice.
Nice.
And Ryudai says, yes, Eden, you should totally check out AKB.
You should.
Oh, okay. Then I should do that then.
Yes.
They have a few songs that's very, very, very catchy, like Aita Katta. That's or is that Love Live? I don't remember.
But it's also just 2 seasons, so it's not very long. So you won't get stuck in like 10-season hell and like I'll never finish.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What is it, Percy? Oh, did someone close the bathroom door? My cat hates it when doors are closed in the house. We will just sit there and meow until someone lets him in.
That sounds like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dog is kind of the same.
He's part cat, part dog sometimes, I feel.
That's nice.
My dog just keeps snoring.
Yeah, mine is just barking.
Mine does that too. If he's not
get
snoring, he's barking. That's one or two.
Yeah.
Ryudai has a question for Eden. If you were to cosplay from Let's Play, who would you cosplay?
Oh. I never thought that I would get that question. That's probably the main character because I can relate myself to her a lot.
Well, we can't really comment on that since we don't know the character, but we'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Rick Makes Stuff. If you were a character from AKB, which character would you be? That's what I want to know.
Oh, me?
Yeah, no, Rick Makes Stuff in the chat.
Okay.
Since he's been watching it recently, I would like to know which character he
Yes.
relates to in the show.
And it's a little bit because we three have been cosplaying from this show
Before.
before, yeah.
That's
I actually got a new wig, so I can do another of the characters from AKB. So I got like a purple wig with pink gradient, so I can do Achan.
Aww.
Yeah.
yes.
I want to do Chieri.
Yeah, Cherry's so cute. She has like super long turquoise hair.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Ryurai says, "Oh my god, yes, Rick, who? Tell me." So we'll just give him some time to think while he does that. Does anyone else have anything else they want to recommend?
Yes, if you're into horror.
Oh.
There is supposedly, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I am planning on doing so. It's a movie called Doctor Sleep. It's a horror drama, and it's actually gotten very good critiques from people that usually are from people who actually likes horror films that rate them the correct way and not the popular way.
Yeah. Sunniva hates all of the like big horror movies. She's like, ugh, they're so bad, they're so predictable, they're not scary at all.
So this one has actually gotten some good feedback from people that I actually trust and know have good taste in movies. So I'm like, yes, finally something. And it kind of takes up a lot of old horror tropes. So if you're into horror movies, I think you're gonna enjoy the film.
Yeah.
I've seen the first 10 minutes and it's promising.
Yeah. This is a bit dark and grim, but I have been listening to a podcast called Hunting Warhead, which is a cooperation between CBC and VG, believe it or not. Where these Norwegian journalists exposed like a huge child pornographic sites on the dark web and like figured out who was behind it and got involved in like a huge police operation and just huge expose that VG did like last year, I think, or the year before that. So that's really interesting. So they're going through like the whole investigative process of how all of this panned out, and I just found it to be really interesting. And it's not often that you hear Norwegian journalists in international English speaking podcasts, so that's always interesting to hear. You can always tell when there's a Norwegian on a show because they sound so Norwegian.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I have no idea what you're saying. Let's see. Rick Mixtuff says, I'd have to be boring and just be one of the Wota fans. But that's not boring. One of the Wota fans in AKB is like male fans who follow the AKB girls around and help them fight local guerrilla forces and stuff to help them like host their concerts.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not boring. It's cute.
Also, Charlie's Dragon is saying that the movie I talked about is based on a Stephen King book. Yes, it's the sequel for The Shining, basically. So, yes, this is true.
And Rick says, I don't think I'd be able to pull off the idol outfits. I disagree, good sir.
Same.
I think you would. I mean, have you seen Martin in his Sailor Neptune outfit? Pulling
Yes, have
it
you?
off.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. So, yeah, you could totally pull it off.
Yeah, you just need to fit the costume to your own body. That's the only thing you have to do, and you can fit whatever.
Tonje speaking from experience.
Yes.
You ordered a too big costume.
Oh, maybe he can buy mine.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Because mine is way too big.
Yeah. Isawik says, good God, the Norwegian accent, lol.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It can be pretty bad. I mean, yeah. And Charlie's Dragon says, a lot of people say Norwegians are really good at speaking English, and I'm always confused. We might be good at vocabulary and grammar, but we have noticeable accents. Yes, we usually do. Very true.
Most of us.
Yeah, most of us. I don't, but hey, that's just me.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Oh yes, I'm gorgeous, I'm beautiful, I'm a model, I look like Linda Evangelista.
Okay.
Good for you. I like the
Okay. If you say so.
That's a RuPaul's Drag Race reference, by the
Yes,
way,
it
from
is.
a very
It is.
salty queen.
Yes.
Very salty. So we are 10 minutes on Overcast, nothing new there.
No.
But we're gonna have to round things off. So we're just going to have to say thank you so much to Carmellux for coming on today's show and talking about art and cosplay and art stands and the art community.
Thank you.
It was lovely to have you on, and thank you so much to our viewers for being so active in the chat, and for all of our new subscribers who have decided to follow us today. We really, really appreciate it. And we hope to see you back next time we live stream. The next episode of the CosCast, I guess, will be next Sunday.
Because we skipped a week.
Yes. So we will be back in just 1 week.
Wow!
Yeah, so you don't have to wait long for the next episode. Yay!
Cheat!
Yeah, there you go. And hopefully maybe we'll have time to actually live stream some games and stuff. Hopefully.
Maybe. I really, really want to see a Minecraft live stream soon, because what you guys have been doing in Minecraft is so amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can make a Minecraft server tour.
Yeah, do a guided
You should.
tour. Definitely
Yes.
do that. That would be awesome. All right, so Skellior says smooch. Izoic says thanks for the show, and Ryurai says love you girls. We love you guys too. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the CosCast, and also on YouTube. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.